For 3 years, Meta handled the AI world free blueprints. Thousands of startups, researchers, and developers built their entire businesses on those blueprints. Then, on April 8th, Meta locked the door and kept the key. This is the story of how the biggest open source AI supported in the world changed course overnight, and what it means for everyone who trusted them. Meta wasn't just participating in open source AI, they were bankrolling it. Llama 2 in 2023, Llama 3 in 2024, Llama 4 in 2025. Hundreds of millions of dollars in compute. That's the raw processing power needed to train these models, given away for free. Anyone could download the models, wait, fine tune them, build products on top of them, and thousands did. Then came April 8th, 2026. Meta unveiled Muse Spark, their first fully proprietary closed source model, built by a brand new division called Meta Superintelligence Labs. Available only on Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, Ray-Ban smart glasses, and Meta AI. No downloadable weights, no public API, only a private preview for select partners. Here is the analogy I keep coming back to. I imagine a company that gave away for free power tools for years. Thousands of people built houses with those tools. Then one morning the company announces, we are not making tools anymore, but we are selling pre-built houses. Good luck with what you've already started. So, why did Meta do this? It starts with a model that disappointed almost everyone. In April 2025, Meta released Llama 4. On paper, it was their most ambitious open model yet. In practice, it lagged behind ChatGPT level and Claude level models on the benchmark that matter: reasoning, code generation, long context tasks. The open source community noticed fast. Meta had spent billions on open source AI, and the payoff was a model that couldn't keep pace with its closed source competitors. Internally, the diagnosis was blunt. Incremental improvements to Llama were not going to close that gap. They needed a fundamentally different approach. That's when Alexandr Wang entered the picture. In mid 2025, Meta made a $14.3 billion investment in Scale AI, a company specializing in data infrastructure and AI training pipelines. One Scale AI CEO was given a mandate: rebuild Meta's AI capabilities from the ground up, build a new frontier model that could compete where a llama couldn't. The result was Meta Superintelligence Labs, a ring-fenced division with its own budget, its own research team, and a single directive: build a frontier model that could compete with the best in the world. No open source requirement attached. Muse Spark came out of that effort. And here is the deal that matters. A llama isn't deleted. You can still download a llama for today, but it's in maintenance mode. No new frontier development, no roadmap updates. Meta didn't kill a llama, they just stopped feeding it. But here's the part that stings the most, and it's not about Meta. Thousands of developers, startups, and researchers build their entire AI stacks on Llama, fine tuned models, custom applications, production systems, and built on the assumption that Meta would keep pushing it for the frontier and keep it open. That assumption is now gone. There is no public roadmap for Llama 5. Meta says it hopes to open source future models, but has provided no timeline, no commitment, and no specifics. Projects that depend on a Llama level performance now face choice: stay on agent open models, migrate to a different open source ecosystem like Mistral, or start paying for proprietary APIs from OpenAI, Anthropic, or Google. And that migration isn't free. fine tuning data, prompt engineering, integration work, all of it has to be redone. Remember those free tools. The people who build half a house aren't just inconvenienced. The people who build half a house aren't just inconvenienced. They are being told the only finished houses available are the ones Meta sells. Some developers argue this was always the likely outcome, that no company would sustain billions in open source spending without eventually monetizing it. The surprise isn't that it happened, it's how fast it happened. And the bigger question the community is asking, some in the community have questioned whether Meta's open source strategy was always meant to be permanent or whether it served as a stepping stone toward a proprietary future. So, where does this go? Here's what happens next. The optimistic take says Meta move was painful but rational. Llama wasn't cutting it. The open source approach couldn't produce a frontier model fast enough. Muse Spark gives Meta a real shot at competing with OpenAI and Anthropic, and it's integrated into platforms that nearly 4 billion people already use. Meanwhile, open source AI doesn't die. Mistral, Stability AI, and others pick up the torch. The ecosystem diversifies. It's not well funded, but it survives. The realistic take says Meta was the last major company willing to bankroll frontier open models. Without them, no one else has the compute budget to keep it. Open source AI gets stuck at mid tier performance. Developers get funneled into proprietary ecosystems, and within a few years, frontier AI is controlled by 3 or 4 companies. Full stop. Here's what I actually think. The truth is probably somewhere between those two, but closer to the realistic stakes than most people want to admit. Meta was spending at a scale that no other open source supporter can match. Mistral is impressive, but they don't have Meta's compute budget. Stability has been recovering from earlier financial difficulties. The gap between open and closed models is going to be widened before it narrows, if it narrows at all. What happened on April 8th wasn't just a product launch, it was the moment the open source AI movement lost its biggest patron, and the developers who built on Llama. They are once paying the price for a strategic bet that was never really there to make. If you want to understand the full timeline, from the early days of Llama to the creation of Muse Spark, I am going to link everything in the description below. Drop a comment and tell me, did Meta make the right call? Or did they just pull the rug? Subscribe if you want to keep tracking on how the AI landscape is shifting, because it's moving faster than anyone expected.